Alright. We're going into another match of Pig's Laboratory, and we are playing StarCraft, but with triple the energy. That's right. Cham in the top right, spawning as Zerg. His opponent, Trigger, as the Protoss in the bottom left. Now, only on units, not on buildings, so batteries, Nexi, they get the normal energy, orbitals the same, but Queens are going to spawn with 150 out of 600 energy. Sentries are going to spawn with 150 out of 600 energy, as well High Templar, Infestors, Vipers, Phoenix will have a lot more lifts available. Oracles will have a lot more stasis trap and laser energy available. I do think the creep at the start is going to be a disgusting advantage for Cham because he's going to get it started very, very quickly. I think that's going to be huge, but I also think, you know, if you build 3 oracles and you just have 15 stasis traps on the map, that's also going to be very annoying. There's a lot of options here. There's a lot of different things you could do, right? So I don't know what's going to happen. This is not meant to be fair, as always. It's meant to be just about figuring out what happens when we change the rules of StarCraft a little bit. And it's almost like the goal is really to break the game and break these players' brains. There is money on the line, of course, for this show match. These are pro players. But I really feel like after watching a lot of Age of Empires 2, we have been really trying to figure out, you know, how can I realize, you know, how can we have been so long in StarCraft 2 where we're like, you need to play only the ladder maps, only the most normal maps. Every game needs to be played with the standard rules. Otherwise, it's unfair, it's uncompetitive. And I'm like, sure, if you're playing a world championship or a premier event, yes. But there are games out there like Age of Empires that are like, oh, his tournament is on a map and you get a priest at the start, but he's blind, so he can't see far, but also he can convert their villages, and then there's a trade house in the corner of the map, and if you get it, you get some wood income. Like, they just, like, have the most insane maps for their tournaments. Like, so they just host these weird events, because people are like, hey, we want to see our favorite RTS game, but let's give it some novelty, make it a bit unique, and also force the players to be very adaptive in how they play. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here. Now, a Sentry comes out immediately for Trigger with 150 out of 600 energy, and he's like, oh, sorry, you trying to hide on? Wait, what's he doing? I think he's just going to hallucinate to kill this, right? Or maybe wait for another Sentry first. So meanwhile, we've got Queens popping out already. Did he just queue 2 injects? Oh, no. Okay. So there we go. He's queuing injects, and Creep Shoom is literally everywhere. Oh my god, even just 2 Queens. You know what's crazy is you could actually just build way less Queens for injecting as well, because they spawn with so much energy, you could queue it all up. That's kind of sick. Sentry's going to move to the high ground, which should give, of course, Trigger the correct ability to see the high ground and push that back. Nicely done. He's got a Robo on the way as well. Now, remember, Disruptors are not energy units, so they're not going to get any boost from it. But hey, Colossus Disruptors work well with Sentries anyway. So we'll see exactly what goes on. The Creep, as I said, is going to be disgusting this game. He's already spreading it in his main. 2 Tumors active on the front and a 3rd base on the way. 2 more Sentries on the way here for Trigger. So Trigger's like, yeah, man, we're just going to go at least 4 Sentries to start. And the thing is, the energy regen is the same as normal. So even though starting and max energy is higher, like, think about this. If he lets these build up energy to max, I don't know, 8 minutes from now, or however long it takes to gain 400 energy, each Sentry will have 12 force fields at max energy. I didn't really consider this till just now. 12 force fields. You could have 4 Sentries and you have 48 force fields in that army from 4 max energy Sentries. I don't care how many Ravagers you have, unless you have Ultras to just run back and forwards, your army is going to get absolutely destroyed. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Immortal's coming out with a Warp Prism as well. Looks like it might be a Soul Train, chat saying, just like a big force field push. Absolutely could be that. Now, the Creep is looking splendid. The Lings are out front. 5 worker advantage for Trigger, so he's got a pretty good setup. And yeah, and he's not trying to really hide it that much. He's just like, yeah, whatever, man. I'm making lots of Sentries here. He could easily move out and take a 3rd here as well. Like, he doesn't actually have to play this as an all-in, right? It looks like an all-in for sure. Is that 8 gateways? 7 gateways. Which is enough, I think. He's only got 1 Immortal. Oh my god, 10 Sentries? Is he gonna go? Are we going? This is a scary push. I think it's time. Trigger's gonna chrono a 2nd Immortal. He's gonna wait for. I think he should push out and take a 3rd, or pretend to take a 3rd at the very least, or try and scare Cham. Cham's building 5 more workers. He's got a few more roaches on the way. Trigger playing very carefully right now. That creep is super sick. But the Queen's here. How many got? He's got 3 Queens, 5 roaches. He's gonna try and defend with Ravager Ling. There's going to be so many force fields. I think if he starts warping in some Stalkers with it, he'll be great, but he's got to wall off his base. Yeah, he's going to go for the double pylon wall there. Needs pylons anyway, so why not? How many sentries? 13 sentries? Oh my god, this is amazing. Okay, he's going to need to... I don't think he can even go for the force fields with the biles. I think he should just be, like, dropping them on the sentries themselves and trying to kill the warp prism if possible. This is such a big army. Up on 54 workers. He's trying to take a 4th gas. He realizes he needs more Ravagers. He doesn't have Ravagers. He's trying to make an infestation pit. He's thinking, do I need to fungal across this? That's going to be so many force fields. Oh, he's got so much creep spread. That's definitely helping. Does take out one Zealot, but a bunch of Zerglings do go down. There's so many more force fields where that are from as well. And Trigger's going to push on forwards from this right side. Spine Crawlers are 7 range units with 2 armor. They're going to help a lot, but the Immortals, if they get in range, will clear them out very well. He's got to keep that Warp Prism alive as well. The Zerglings do come forward, and as these get broken, he's just got so many force fields, but he's using them maybe a little wastefully. I mean, he's still got a lot of energy. These sentries look low on energy, but remember, a lot of them still have 200 or 300 energy available. That's actually wild. He's got pretty much unlimited force fields. The force fields are never going to stop. Oh my god, this is so gross. This is so disgusting. I love it. Trigger, you absolute savage. Oh my god, I think I know who's going to be triggered at the end of this game. This is so gross. I thought the creep would be massive for the Zerg. But the sentries, wait, oh no, he's losing his sentries. They're starting to die. Remember, they're not any tankier than normal. If they die, you're not going to have those left. But Cham's on his last legs unit-wise. That spine is doing so much damage. The Immortal's not landing hits on the spine. That's a mistake for Cham. A Fungal comes out. What are you doing with Fungal? He spawns with 2 Fungals available. Of course, that's what he's doing with the Infestor. 2 Fungals immediately. Imagine if he still had Ravagers to combo with that. That would have been amazing. Dude, Immortal Stalker Zealot coming in. More Stalkers warping in. This is down to the wire. There's not enough anti-air to get rid of the Prism. The Immortal, it gets inside the Prism. Oh, Big Daddy Prism saves the Immortal. It's on 19 kills. The other one's on 16. Cham has got down to 35 workers. I think just barely Trigger's going to break through him. Oh my lord, the Roach Horn going down, which means it's only Zerglings from here. And he's making more sentries. Remember, he just warped in 15 force fields just warped into the action. And that is disgusting, man. That is so disgusting. The drones are trying to be pulled for the surround, but he can't get the drones and queens out of the main to join in. Picks off another queen. And that is utterly savage. All right, well, I thought Cham would have had an advantage in that first map, but hey, I guess we just found out the power of the force fields. Cham did almost hold on, to be fair, and I think just a few more Ravagers and Spine Crawlers and he could have done it. Maybe just a little bit too high on his work account as well. We saw also how good the Infestor was, so maybe he could rush the Infestor out a little bit faster as well. But either way, he's down 1 game in this best of 3. And, of course, it is the first of 2 wins. We're going into Ice and Chrome, just hosting some older maps these players haven't really seen in a little while. Been, you know, I don't know, this is like a year and a half old, I think, this map now, maybe 2 years. I say a year and a half. Someone's going to probably tell me, Pig, it was 2019. And I'm like, really? Oh, no, it's the COVID time warp, you know? Ever since the pandemic, as we all call it these days, I feel like it's skewed the perception of time for a lot of us. Definitely has for me. But damn, I don't mind this map. I think it's pretty good for both sides in PvZ. I think the Terran players weren't a big fan of this map, unfortunately. But Probe's going to move down. Pretty standard expand build. No scout just yet for Trigger. So Trigger's playing a little greedy, which is fair enough. Now we've got the gas, the pool coming on up as well. Hatchery goes down as well. All right. Nexus on 124. It's a crisp Nexus. And because he likes to go 21 Cybercore, he's going to return minerals and then go down and build the Cybercore. You see, that seems really inefficient. Unless he's planning to scout after the Cybercore, I feel like it's and he's going, wait, second gas before core. Ah. Ooh. Okay, I sound like a bit of a donkey there. Sorry about that. I guess because he wants to go sentries again. He's going to go sentries again. Now, I'd like to see him take a third and go for Colossus or Disruptors. Colossus Disruptor with sentries, amazing combo. And like we might just find out that force field is super broken again, right? Now, obviously we could offset this. One way we could offset this is we could do this challenge with 25% ability cooldowns as well. I might combo this in future. So what that would mean is Ravager Bile can be used 4 times as often. So also disruptors could be used 4 times as often. Creep tumors could spread 4 times as often. So the start for Zerg with the creep, not only would they get extra tumors down at the start, they would spread 4 times as regularly. So that's something I'll see if we could experiment with that in the future. We might try that in the next series after this one. But there's going to be a sentry into a Stargate this time around. Not a bad way of playing it. And that sentry is already going to try and tickle that Overlord away from the pillar. Cham quickly adjusts, does pull it back. Second gateway going to go down at the front of this base as well. Oh, starts a Stalker first of all. He's going to use that hallucination, only uses about half of his energy. And the sentry is going to chase that Overlord off. Stalker's not going to be able to finish it though. We'll get to the dead space, I think. Oh, Cham, got to click into the dead space, dude. You should not be losing this Overlord to 1 sentry. Oof, it's a bit too close. But hallucination will scout. Very quick lair on the way. Oh, Cham. I think he's going straight to Infestors. I think he's going to go straight to Infestors after that last game. Now, Phoenix start with more energy, remember, as well. And they're an energy unit. They'll have 3 lifts on spawning. So if he can surprise him with Phoenix, that could be huge. Now, if this Stalker can deny the Overlord, it'll be big. If Cham just tries to commit in and sees the Stargate, that's huge. It's worth losing the Overlord. He doesn't know that he'll see the tech, though. So he takes the cautious option, pulls back. It's going to cost him. Because that means the double Stargate Phoenix goes unscouted. +1 air weapons on the way as well. Oh, you tricky boy, Trigger, you. Oh, man. Okay, so now Infestors are actually pretty good versus Phoenix at holding them in place. So I think we're going to see a really quick Infestation Pit here. Where is it? That layer's done. There we go. Quick Infestation Pit does go down. 4 minutes and 7 seconds. But the Phoenix are going to be able to... If they kill the Queens, they're just going to run through killing all the drones. So it's definitely very scary. The Overlord repositions down here. The Stalker should probably be down there. If Cham pokes in, he might get some early warning of this. Up to 2 Phoenix, 2 more on the way. So he's probably going to show it with the first 8 Phoenix, I would imagine, is Trigger. Now, Trigger hasn't taken a 3rd yet. He's moving out for it. And he's thinking, oh, where should I take the 3rd? Over there? Okay, so he's going to take the triangle 3rd on this side. Link speed's still not finished. Super greedy opening for Cham, as he loves to do. He loves that fast lair. Normally it's like if he wants to counter a DT build or get a quick roach speed. Oh, Phoenix are coming out. Overseer's going to see it. That quick lair gives you that scouting ability. Very good scout. Instantly starts up extra queens on these 2 hatcheries that hadn't built them. And the Phoenix can go hunting down the Overlords. They're going to get these 2 free kills first of all, and then they'll go across the map. All right, 3rd base is on the way. He's going to have to defend that, though. He's only got 2 gateways, and Warp Gate never got made. Oh, shit. He should be building Zealots. Guys, Trigger has nothing on the ground other than 1 sentry. These Zerglings, slow Zerglings, are going to actually give him trouble right now. Oof. I mean, he's got plenty of lift, so he can kill them with the Phoenix, but this keeps the Phoenix at home, which is not ideal. There we go. He's picking up the Zerglings. Ooh, does lose a few of those probes first, though. And we'll see exactly how that goes. I think he probably should have got Warp Gate with this one. A bit too fancy, maybe, for Trigger. Cham, he's got Queens, Spores, Infestation Pit is up. Lots of Spore Crawlers are now down. And it's not like the Phoenix do any more damage. It's just if they get out of control in a mineral line, then they can go ham on it. But 3 Spores, 3 Spores, and 3 Spores. I feel like Cham's done enough damage to himself that you don't actually want to commit in here as Trigger. You want to kind of just get 1 or 2 guys, get what you can. Get a few Overlords is pretty good. Cham's work account not looking very healthy. And a 3rd Stargate comes in? What? Trigger, you know he's going to go Infestors, right? Oh, no, I don't think he's seen the Infestation Pit. Yeah, he hasn't. Burrow, Infestors coming. Twilight Council is on the way, so he's thinking about a gateway transition, but a 3rd Stargate's kind of crazy. He's going to dive in there, grab 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 drones. He loses 1 Phoenix. But so far, good trades for the Protoss player. Trigger looking healthy. Cham is going Hive. He's going to get Vipers, so he's going to look for the Wombo combo. He's going to look to drop both Fungals on top of those Phoenix, and then hold them in place, drop a Parasitic Bomb. Infestors can defend this. Oh, Cham, a little slow on the response here. I think he's just trying to hide it for now. He doesn't want to show it. Oh, you know what? He could burrow into the base. There's no detection on the map. Guys, there is no oracles, no detection. He can burrow these Infestors in, pop up, and double fungal the workers. And with literally each one is going to have 2 or even 3 Infestors. Oh my god. If he just splits them up, there's only a shield battery in the 3rd. He can clear that like 50 workers, at least 30, 35 with this. Oh, this is going to put Trigger to the Stone Age. It feels like Trigger's kicking so much butt right now. Oh, no. Oh my god, I did not think about this. Cham, you dirty boy. You dirty boy. The Phoenix think they're doing well, but the Sharks are in. He's going to have 2 available on each one. Oh my god. Now, you do take 2 fungals to kill probes. It's 30 damage each. He kills a few more drones. 17 workers. That seems big. Wait till you watch this. Fungal! Wait. But you got to stack them. Oh no! He didn't stack them on the natural, but... Oh, he finishes those ones off. That is still massive. 15 workers go down, but dude, where'd the other infestor go? I don't know where the other infestor is. Doesn't he have another one? He should have doubled these. I can't believe he split fired. Oh, he missed out on a bunch more workers killed. There's a lot that are damaged here as well. Oracles are building now. Lings and Banes as well. Champ's back up to 75 workers. I think it's enough damage anyway. He's also got 2 there. He could do fungals on this. Cannons up. Oh no, that's where that infestor went. Cham, he loses the 230 energy infestor. High Templar in the open. Battery overcharge comes in though. Good pickups there. And we've got these infestors on the high ground, but oh, he doesn't get the fungals off. They go down. I mean, it's still good impactful damage, and it feels like Cham's in a pretty big position in this game. Definitely more production on the workers is needed. Trigger needs another minute or so to recover. Spire's on the way. 4 Vipers are building right now. So he's going to be dropping parasitic bombs and then abducts like crazy. Feedback will be very effective as well. Revelation comes in, so he can't burrow to hide these. The Phoenix have a lot of lifts. And, oh my lord. High Templar in the open. The Lings are like, oi, get back here. But the Archons do save that High Templar. Nicely done by Trigger. Cham has a 5th base, though. Cham's got the Roach Speed on the way. He doesn't have any Evo upgrades, though. He's got a Hive. I think he needs Evos, though. If he doesn't start getting those ground upgrades, he will fall behind. +1's almost finished for Trigger. Even though he started with triple Stargate, he's in a pretty good spot in that regard. Hydra Den starting, so thinking about Lurkers as well. So Great Aspire for Broodlords. Hydra Den to get towards the Lurker tech. Unlocking that tech once he gets the Hydra Den finished. And lots of Archons and Storm for Trigger. Carrier on the way as well. Not going to be affected at all by these changes. But dude, the Phoenix, they look so low on energy. They've got plenty of lifts. Unfortunately, there's no infestors left over. But the Vipers, where are those Vipers? They're in front of the natural. Ooh-wee. Oh, if those Vipers can get 3-4 parasitic bombs on that, those guys are going to crumble. Now, Cham here, he's a bit of an F2 Lord. For those who don't know, Cham's not very big on control group usage. You see how he grabs his whole army together? He has extra control groups for Viper, extra control groups for Zerglings, but mostly he controls through F2. Cham actually didn't know that you could rebind control groups and put them on custom buttons. He thought you had to use the numbers for them until I think it was 2019 or 2018. When he told me that, I was like, what? But he's so fast and so tight with manual control. Kind of like Hero in the Koreans. I'm like, this seems like an inefficient technique. And they're like, no, it works fine. For some reason, the Oracle doesn't have extra energy, guys. What the hell? I just realized the Oracle only has 200 energy. What the hell? Bad Oracle. Zealots coming in right now. The Phoenix going on top of the Vipers. They get 1, they get 2. No, the Transfuses are too good. The Phoenix go down. The Zealots don't find much. Good defense by Cham, but interesting to know that for some reason, the Oracle doesn't get extra energy. The Oracle apparently defies the challenge. So we'll see exactly what goes on. Chat asking, what did he think? So he thought that you had to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 0. They were your only control groups. He didn't realize you could just change the button. So you can use W, you can use Caps Lock, you can use Spacebar as a control group, right? You can customize pretty much anything in what buttons do what in StarCraft, but yeah, he thought like, oh man, I can't use more than 5 because it's too hard to reach to them. And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? You can rebind them to be on the left side of the keyboard. And he's like, what? Phoenix and Zealots running around the north side of the map. The Vipers are very scary, but I think some Infestors would be god tier, right? Infestor Broodlord is crazy, especially if you have unlimited fungals. Zealots get a cancel on the top side. We've got Hydra upgrades coming in. I'm kind of curious, though. Surely, I thought this would be for Lurkers. But he's going Hydras. A few Infestors aren't added now. They'll be massive. The Carriers are here. So this is basically just going to turn into late-game Broodlord versus Carriers EVP, except the Vipers and the Infestors will all get one shot by feedback because they've got more energy. But if they don't get one shot by feedback, them and the High Templar and everything are going to have... You have 2 High Templar and max energy. Each one of those has 2 storm... 8 Psy Storms. 8 Psy Storms per max energy High Templar. You know, it's disgusting. 8 abducts per Viper as well. Zealots are there distracting, but a big army on the south side. Cham doesn't have that many Broodlords. Only 8 right now. He's still got a lot of Roaches in his army. He's got to clear that trash supply out. Oh my god, big push for Trigger. Dude, oh damn, he drops a Blinding Cloud. Does Cham, but the feedbacks have come in already, doing big damage there. Psystorm does go down, keeping that army back. Cham's got to get rid of these Roaches. He's got to replace those with better units. It says he's at 110 versus 118 army supply, but those Roaches are not very effective, so I really think he's going to need to maybe grab all the Roaches, send them around the north as a run-by or something. The Zealots are trying to come in right now. They say hello to the Ursidon. The Ursidon's like, hey guys, what's happening? That's how Ursidons speak. Surprising that they're fluent in English, but they are what they are. Spore Crawlers on the top side. Okay, we've got the army on the south. The Zealots on the north are going to come in. Queens on their own, not going to be able to defend that. But the Roaches do split off. They'll be able to defend. Ooh, the rest of the army's out of position, though. Oh, remember that Cham. Oh, big fungal. Oh, we can chain it. Big fungal, big fungal. The Microbial Shroud was not bad there either. Does Microbial Shroud work on buildings? I'm pretty sure it does, guys. Believe that's a thing. More carriers coming on forward. 7 carriers, 6 Archons, a High Templar. 8 High Templar, sorry. 6 Archons, 7 carriers. 5 Infestors, 2 Vipers. They're not very high on energy. Those Vipers should get gathering energy off those buildings right now. Try and stock that up. The Oracle's coming forward for a nice revelation. Remember, the Oracles don't get bonus energy for some reason. We've just discovered that. It is what it is. The Broodlord count is at 8. I still think that's a little low because there's so many Archons in here. I think like 14 Broodlords would be real good. High Templar comes in. Ooh, those feedbacks can be super nasty, man. Cham going to need to secure a new base in the near future. You can see Trigger's taking all these bases along the bottom side. Uh-oh. Oh no, the feedbacks! The feedbacks! All the Infestors and Vipers have all their energy removed. Oh no! Most of them die as well. I'm surprised they're not straight up dying, but I guess they were already lowish on energy. Either way, the Queens, the Broodlords are in trouble. There's not enough Spore Crawlers. The carriers are diving. Trigger here with the Phoenix opening, the early sentry. It looks like he's smashing through, but the carriers getting a bit lower on interceptors. The Spores are doing a great job. Corruptors coming forward, but the Archons smash the Corruptors. There's only 4 Broodlords left. I don't know if Cham can hang on. It feels like as the interceptors regrow and the Zealots come in, that's going to be all she wrote, because the Corruptors, they're building 21 Corruptors, but it's a little bit too little too late. So even if he defends the thingos, the Warp Prism, if it morphs into Archons right now, Trigger can defend the carriers with Archons from the Corruptors. There's only 1 Archon out right now, though, and he's just warping in Zealots. These carriers need to recall. Oh, he should have already recalled these carriers. Trigger's getting very wasteful. He's trying to win right here, right now with this push, but I think he should have warped in a bunch of Archons. Way too slow on the recall there. The Prism will go down, only saves one of those. Zealots are in the base and starting to do some damage, but is it going to be enough to take advantage of the fact that you lost all your carriers? Well, yeah, for sure. He's up in workers. He's doing more and more damage. The Roaches don't have any upgrades. Remember that Cham just forgot about Evo Chambers for this whole game, and that's huge. He didn't have any melee upgrades on his Broodlords, and that means the Broodlings weren't doing good damage. Like, he's got 1-1 almost finished, but it's 16 minutes. It's a little bit late for that. The Roaches not doing well versus the +2 attack, +1 Plasma Shield Zealots, and it feels like Trigger, ooh, accidentally rallies a carrier in and does lose that. But he's got 6 more carriers behind it. He's just making mass Archon as well back at home. High Templar and Archons are going to have an absolute ball in this game. And feedback, an exceptional upgrade. That's something which Cham really needed to watch out for. He needed to be ready to drop a fungal and keep those High Templar out of range. We saw that because he wasn't watching for a moment, the High Templar basically popped all of his casters, and that's what gave Trigger the opening to get in there. The Hive goes down. Oh, no. Wait, no. His Hive's in the natural. Never mind. It was just the main base hatchery that goes down. One Broodlord is like, leave. I'm going to throw my babies at you till you leave. And honestly, if I was in a trailer park, I stumbled into someone's caravan, and someone started throwing their children at me, I also would leave. Trigger there, looking excellent, gets the 2-0 victory over Cham on the 300% energy challenge. Well played, mates.